Hey, hello, my name is Bill, and today I'm going to show you how to make a perfect baked mac and cheese. When I was a little kid, we didn't have like Kraft macaroni and cheese, so this is just how my mom used to always make it. It's really simple. I've done a few shortcuts and a few preferences, but it's basically the same recipe. I usually double this recipe so that I can have plenty of leftover. I just want to show you kind of the original version so it's not as hard to handle. So let's get started. I actually have pot of water boiling here to cook the macaroni, and I've got some butter here melting. First I want to get the macaroni in. Got my timer set. It's going to take 9 minutes to cook this macaroni. The only thing I do is stir it occasionally, but pretty much leave it alone. Of course, I've added a little salt to the water. You do salt water when you boil it. Alright, timer's gone. So over here, I've got half a stick of butter, quarter cup, and I'm dumping in a third of a cup of flour. Perfect. Just get this whisking around. Like always, I just want to cook the flour just enough to get the raw taste out of it. Doesn't take long. It's already made kind of a nice little paste here. Okay. And I want to give this about 30 more seconds, so I'm going to check my macaroni out here. All good. So, I've got a quart of milk, whole milk. I prefer whole milk so you've got the butter fat. The milk's still kind of cold, so just want to be careful, like always. So, just like always, we're making a typical kind of white sauce here. Just let it keep thickening as we go. This is probably the hardest part. You know, you're going to spend about 2 minutes making this white sauce. Everything else is pretty easy. You can use a whisk. Wooden spoon works just fine for me in this. As soon as it starts to get thick again, we're just going to add another half cup or so. Let it get up there at temperature. Just start mixing it in. My timing's right, so I'll work out. It takes about 10 minutes to make the white sauce, and it's 9 minutes for the pasta. So let's see if I can be faster. So we're about halfway. We're doing fine. Let's staying nice and warm. Good consistency to it. Since it's doing okay, I'm just going to come over here, slotted spoon here, make sure the pasta's all good. Perfect. Come back over here. Towards the end is the toughest because you want to make sure that you don't get it's nice and kind of creamy. It's going to, all the last little bits of flour should be dissolving. Yeah, I think my mother probably made this every Sunday night. You can have macaroni and cheese all by itself. I like to serve it with things like meatloaf. I think that's a great comfort food combination. I know, you know, if you ever really want to get fancy, I like to take a couple lobster tails, cook the meat, and mix them in. Thank goodness my oven's up to temperature now. So I'll be coming together real quick here. Quart of milk is in. The other thing is that we're going to finish this cheese sauce up really quickly here, is that you can add any kind of cheese you want. I'm using sharp cheddar, that sounded good to me today. Sometimes use Colby Jack. Any kind of cheese, as long as you have 2 cups of cheese, you can, anything you want. I wouldn't do American, but it's your choice. Alright, it's just going to come back to a boil. Simmer. While this is coming back up, the only thing I add is I've got a pinch of salt and some white pepper. The whole story is that white pepper, it's a little milder, but it doesn't leave black specks in your sauce. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in, I got a little more than half a cup of finely chopped onion. I like onion in my mac and cheese. Adds a little flavor. And my vegetables too. Just let this back up. Did this right and it's hot enough. It's very creamy, so I know that's part of it's all set. So you're not going to have as thick, it's not going to be like a roux, it's not going to be as thick, because obviously you've cooked the macaroni to al dente, so a lot of the liquid's going to come out of the sauce into the pasta, and the cheese is really going to be a big thickening agent. So real quick, turn off the water. About 10 seconds away. Let me add this cheese, your cheese sauce. Done. Turn it off because it should be hot enough to all melt in here. Oh yeah, that's all we gotta do. It's nice and hot, the cheese is melting. So what I'm gonna do is take a break. I wanna pour out the drain, I wanna drain the pasta. We'll be right back to put this all together. See you in just a minute. All right, I've got the pasta drained. It's in the colander still. It's real easy. You just put it on a pan, pot, so you can keep it on the stove. I want to finish up my cheese sauce. It's just about perfect. I was mentioning about, if you want to get fancy, you can take some lobster tail, cut it up, and then when the macaroni and cheese is all done in the oven, just take it out like in an oven-proof bowl and put some cooked lobster tail. All I do to cook the lobster tail is cut it up into some pieces and saute it with butter in a frying pan. But I love to do that. Got the idea from friends of mine that, you know, lobster mac and cheese also became kind of popular. All right, so this is all ready. Go ahead and dump my macaroni in here. Nice and mixed around. Even though the stove is off, it's plenty hot and heavy. That's perfect. So now you need to pour it into a baking dish. You heard my oven's up to temperature. This is actually an old Corningware baking dish of my mother's that I still have, and I thought that was really appropriate. This is exactly what she would have made today. And so it's going to be soupy, that's how you want it, because like I said, when it cooks, it's really going to kind of set. So all I got to do now is very gently, carefully pour this in. Make sure we get everything. Even. It is. Handle's a little hot, so I'm going to put it in the sink real quick. Most of you probably remember, if you're old enough, putting breadcrumbs on top. I didn't really care about that whole thing. What I like to do is I take a package of 5 ounces of Swiss cheese, which is going to make a nice little crust on top. Probably use any kind of cheese you want. This is just a little bit of extra. I want to put that in the oven. It's going to take half an hour for this to cook. It'll be all nice and bubbly and ready to eat. So we'll see you in half an hour. Alright, it's been half an hour. This looks ooey gooey greatness. I just want to dish some of this up. So this is really, it's almost a hybrid. It's got a lot of cheesiness to it, like your box stuff, but it's got better consistency. Smells great, looks great. I hope you want to try this sometime. And as always, please comment and subscribe. This is one of the easiest things to make. Doesn't take very long. The hardest thing is in the oven. Enjoy it, and we'll see you next time.